Okay, here we go. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF NXT. Gorilla Monsoon, here with Mike today and with Booker T. And today on NXT, we also have Bob Block. He'll be doing the backroom speaking today. Gorilla Monsoon says, "Yeah, you're right, Gorilla Monsoon. We're going to have a good show here today on NXT," Mike today says. And we don't know what we're going to be doing, but we hope it's something good. I can tell you one thing, Gorilla and Mike. NXT might be the only show that very few folks don't really understand what the name stands for, and then they go under belief it's got to be something bad. Some folks seem to think that NXT was nothing more than a bad name. Like them wanting to name their wrestling crafting show, a bad name. So then they chose to call it NXT. Would you stop? Gorilla Monsoon says. Would you be earnest, Booker? Saying that NXT stands for something bad. Going for a wrestling business that became kid-friendly again in 2008 YL, but they're going to name their wrestling crafting show a bad name. Gorilla Monsoon says. Yeah, I don't know, Mike, today said where folks come up with that belief. But I guess there are folks out there who think that if you don't know what a word means, don't say it, because in their mind they think that word's got to be bad. Mike today said, the truth is, Gorilla Monsoon said, NXT doesn't really stand for nothing. It stands for next. Unless the English word next is a bad word for something else. Gorilla Monsoon says, Alright, Aaliyah says, I got Hida Zeebs here. And Hida Zeebs, he hasn't been wrestling in some time on this show. So I hope that today someone out there is man enough or woman enough to take on Hida Zeebs, because at the end of the day, I know Hida Zeebs will beat anyone that we put in lead of him here today on NXT. So who they gonna put in lead of me here today on NXT? That's what I want to know. Well, luckily, Astronomer says I might have the answer for that. You want to know who you're going to be fighting here today? Well, you said that Zeeb's hair can beat any man or any woman. So, I think that you'll be really shocked and struck who you're going to be fighting here today. So, let me tell you who you're going to be fighting here today. Because at the end of the day, they're probably not going to believe it either. Well, alright. Alrighty, Clipdoor goes. So, you want to know who you're fighting today? You told me to go out and look out for someone. Well, how about you wrestle, Peach or Daisy or Toadstool from the Over Mario Brother film games? Yeah, that's the one I picked. Yeah, I know she's a light heavyweight fighter, but asking can't be choosing, right? Ecliptor goes, and that's right, Astronomer said the old saying, a asking can't be a chooser. So, yeah, you're getting Daisy or Peach or Toadstool, whatever you want to call, whatever name you want to go by, that's who you're fighting here today on NXT, Astronomer says. So, hope you like it. Clipdoor goes, well, we just know now, Gorilla Monsoon says, that Astronomer has chosen Zeebs to take on Peach or Toadstool or Daisy or whatever name Gorilla Monsoon said that she wants to go by. And no one really seems to know which one is the right name to call her, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, I believe Peach was her Nintendo name. I believe Daisy was the Disney name, and Toadstool was the Deke name, Mike Today said. So I guess it really has to do with which offshoot of Mario you're talking about. Mike Today says, well, I never really understood why they would name her Peach anyway, Booker T says. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, Daisy, okay, that's a Frenchish name, Frenchish borrowed name, whatever. That's what Disney gave her. But then again, Toadstool, I don't know what all that was all about. Deke giving her that name, but Peach, come on, Booker T. So what kind of bad name is that? I think Peach is most likely a Frenchish borrowed name, Gorilla Monsoon said, but it's a good name. And whatever folks want to call her, Peach, Toadstool, Daisy, she's one hell of a wrestler. Gorilla Monsoon said, so would you stop? Booker T. Well, right now, Gorilla Monsoon said, Toadstool or Daisy or Peach almost had the upper hand on Aziz here today on NXT, Gorilla Monsoon says. Well, you do know, Mike Today says, is that Daisy or, Peach or Toadstool or Daisy, whatever you want to call her, she, does not have any hands. I mean, her hands were either broke off or cut off before we got her sometime last year. Mike Today said, oh yeah, someone really didn't like Peach that much, Booker T said, and they had her hands cut off. And Hit Aziz's gonna probably end up doing a lot more harm to her than only cutting her hands off. Booker T said, oh, that's enough. Oh, please. Would you stop saying that about how someone didn't like Peach and that's why they broke her hands off or cut her hands off before she came to the toy wrestling gathering, Gorilla Monsoon says. Mike Today said, where do you come up with all these things? Mike Today said, well, Gorilla and Mike, I just make them up as I go. Yeah, because I was a heel long before I was good. And Peach in a bind right now. Peach has always been in a bind. Mario and Luigi got to help her out all the time in all the games and the Drawling Show by Deke and the games by Nintendo and the first film by Disney and the other Drawling film. Booker T said what kind of weakling that is. And Peach got out of nowhere and looks like Peach is going to beat Hit Aziz here. Will it be an upset if he loses to Elderling Peach? Gorilla Monsoon says. I believe so, Mike Today said. No, kick out. Booker T says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Elderling Peach. Elderling Peach has beat Hit Aziz here today on NXT. And I guess it is going to be shame for Aziz and how Hit Aziz and Aaliyah are going to deal with this loss. Your guess is good as mine, Gorilla Monsoon says. I tell you one thing, Mike Today says. Aaliyah thinks highly of Aziz, but his winning and losses here in the toy wrestling gathering, are never good enough. He's probably most likely lost more matches than he's won. In the toy wrestling gathering. Mike Today says, well, no. You see, he's just not being booked right, Booker T says. He's not being written or booked right. And the only ones I can truly guilt that on, well, fuck. I don't want to play anything. I want to get out of the toll. But no. Yeah, I want out of the toll. Alright? What? I can't get out of the toll anymore? Yeah, I hit settings. I go into reckoning. I hit the X. And then I get out. Alright. But I just think he's being badly booked, Booker T says. At least that's what I believe. I got Well, that could be your belief, Gorilla Monsoon says, but you don't really have any truth to you don't really got any truth to back it up, do you, Booker T? No, you're right, Gorilla Monsoon. I don't really have any truth to back it up. It's just one man's belief here. Well, I can't delete the film. Come on. It's just one man's thought and belief here. But I just think he's not being booked right. But then again, what do I know, Booker T says. Well, whatever Gorilla Monsoon says, and if he's not being booked or written right, it is a belief there. You win some, you lose some, Gorilla Monsoon said. I guess so, Mike Today says, because now we're going to have Bob Walk now talk with, Aaliyah and Hit Aziz. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon and Mike Today. I'm going to be talking with Aaliyah here today. Aaliyah, looks like that your man, Hit Aziz, didn't do so well. I'm telling you right now, Hit Aziz will get back on his winning ways, Bob Walk. And sooner or later, he will be, beating up folks and taking names. Or does it go beating up folks and not taking names? I don't care how that goes. All I know is you don't got to worry about Hit Aziz and his winning and losing, because that's a bind that we're both in. And at the end of the day, he will get even. Losing to Elderling Peach, that's bullshit. Well, it might be bullshit, Aaliyah, forgive my English, but that did happen. That is what everyone saw happen today on NXT. Yeah, that is what happened, Aaliyah says. But we'll make up for it. And Aziz, what is your take on losing to Elderling Peach? Oh, losing to Elderling Peach, Elderling Toastal, Elderling Daisy. Oh, I don't care what she calls herself. But I will get even with this loss here today on NXT, Bob Walk. I will. And most likely you're going to fall out of your seat again when you end up calling another wrestling match or ball game, whatever. Not my business. But my business is I will get even on Peach or Daisy or Toastal or whatever she wants to call herself. Beating me, that I'm not going to let that go. Well, it seems that Aaliyah and Hit Aziz are irked, angered over losing to Elderling Peach. Back to you, Gorilla Monsoon and Mike Today. Thank you, Bob Walk, for talking with Aaliyah and Aziz here today on NXT. And is all the time we got here for NXT. I, Gorilla Monsoon, Mike Today, and Booker T. We hope you like NXT, and we'll see you tomorrow for Dynamite or Might.